Garibaldi Lake's Panorama Ridge is one of the most famous views in British Columbia, having thousands of people coming from all over the world. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to backpack Panorama Ridge. So here is your complete guide to Garibaldi Lake. So the trip that we are doing is a 2-nighter at Taylor Meadows, where we hike to Panorama Ridge at the second day. The first step to making this all possible is booking. To book, go to bcparks.ca, click on Book Camping, and then make sure you click to the right for backcountry camping. You can choose to book 2 sites, Taylor Meadows or Garibaldi Lake Campground. Pause on each slide for pros and cons. What we are bringing for the Taylor Meadows / Garibaldi Lake and Panorama Ridge camping is we are going to be bringing our backpacks, of course. I have my sleeping bag here. We have our grill with 2 fuel canisters. We have our lighter to start the grill. We have a black diamond headlamp. We have our water filter. Then we have our tent right here. We've got my pad that I will be sleeping on. Then we have my dad's sleeping bag. Then this will be all the food that we are taking for the 2 nights that we're there. We have a bear spray. We have a pillow. Then we have 2 walking poles, and that's about it. Step 3 is getting to the parking lot. The turnoff onto Black Tusk Access Road is about 30 to 40 minutes past Squamish on the Sea to Sky Highway. Have your booking ready because you will have to show it to a ranger on the way. And finally, step 4, actually hiking. Arrived at the Garibaldi parking lot. We're just going to be going up to Taylor Meadows for 2 nights, and then we're going to be doing Panorama Ridge on the second day. Alright, so we are about to enter the switchbacks. I'd say we're about maybe 2.5 kilometers up. So we have made it to the junction that has the turnoff to Taylor Meadows from Garibaldi. So basically, if you go left, you go to Taylor Meadows, and if you go right, you go to Garibaldi Lake. We have just made it to the actual campground, and now we just have to look for a tent pad. We've got a kind of storm shelter type thing. We've got the bear caches, a map of the park. Okay, so it is the morning of day 2, and today we're gonna do Panorama Ridge after we eat some food. The mosquitoes are insane. They've been like eating us alive. Alright, so we are on our way to Panorama Ridge now.
Sorry. How would you rate this meadow on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like 8.5. The only reason I'm scoring it that low, because it is beautiful, is it just lacks variation in the hues of the flora and fauna. So I'm seeing a lot of purple and white.
I would say 8.2, because it would be cool to see like an animal in here. Like a deer or something.
I'd like to see some more yellows.
Some more yellows.
Maybe shark nose. So
diverse coloration would help.
There's not a lot to see here.
A first color.
as you can tell.
So we just passed some people and they said that there are like tons of mice at the Garibaldi Lake campground. So depending on when you come, you're gonna have to be careful of that. We are almost at the top, and this is like 10 out of 10. It is quite steep though. Maybe it's right there, the path.
So we made it, and this is probably one of the best views I have seen in the hikes I've done, which is quite a few.
Now, if I were to rate this hike on my 5 scales, for difficulty, I would say 8.5 out of 10. Personally, it wasn't too hard, but it is steadily the same level of steepness, I guess you could say, for the first part of the hike. When you're going to Panorama Ridge, it's mostly only steep near the end. For what level of hiker you should be, I'd say somewhat experienced. The danger level would be a 4 out of 10 because there's too many people for bears and it wasn't very dangerous other than a few rock scrambles. The view/payoff is a 10 out of 10, an absolutely amazing view of the lake. The view on the first day isn't great, it's just an incline through the forest, but the second day is an amazing alpine meadow until you get to the beautiful Panorama Ridge. And finally, my total rating of the hike would be 9.5 out of 10. The trails are very well maintained, it had such an amazing view, and it's just a great backpacking trip. There are some things that you have to research when you're about to book, like the mice I talked about earlier, how there are so many mosquitoes while we were there. By the way, I got 85 mosquito bites, including a wasp sting. But overall, it is a great trip. I hope this video helped you know if you want to hike Panorama Ridge. Thanks for watching.